everybody. I'm Anita Finley. Hello. I'm so happy to be here with you. And I'm the host of ZOOMERTIMES TV. And I have one of our very special guests who has been with BoomerTimes for many, many years. He is a special guy. Besides being a very successful businessman, he actually is the founder of the Ahlbum Insurance Group, AHLBUM, and you can see his advertising, but you will also hear him. He's been, when we had radio shows, he was on the radio, and now that we're doing ZOOMERTIMES, he's there bright and shiny with lots of good things to tell us. No one in your family has been affected by this horrible pandemic?
Not so far, goodness. We'll keep praying that they don't.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that, and I don't want to go off on this, but there are people who still, even if they're in the hospital, don't believe it, which is outrageous. So we don't want anything like that to happen. We want people to know how serious it is and wear your mask and stay distant and read BoomerTimes. That'll keep you busy. So we just came out with our December issue. And you know,
Anita,
John,
I had 250 of these masks made.
have you really? What does it say? Oh, Ahlbum. Oh, you didn't send me one.
I'll send you one.
That's right. Send one to Dan too.
I will.
Oh, that's a wonderful, what a great way to advertise, but also to do good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. Right. Well, I have a lot of masks, but I wash them, you know, often.
Mm-hmm.
Is that washable?
Yes.
Great. And you know, if they're
And they're gymmable. I wear them in the gym and I can breathe.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes them breathable?
I don't know. I've worn some that I don't know how I was going to get out of the gym.
So you're still, so you're still going to the gym. Do they wash everything down? How does that work?
When you go in, they take your temperature to begin with. I work with a trainer. So every place we go, he wipes it down before we get onto a machine or something. Then he wipes it down after we're done with a spray bottle and a towel. So it's very hygienic.
You know, I have in our condo complex a gym. I haven't gone there because I was so nervous about it. So what does he wipe it down with?
He's got some kind of antiseptic that he uses that they made up. We've got bottles and bottles of it sitting there. But.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's not used too often, and they only allow one person in every hour or something like that. I haven't done that, but maybe I should. But because I used to get on the bike, and I felt that was a real good thing. But I'm going to think about it now that you said that. Okay, so John, let me ask you this: why do you like to be in the insurance business, and what exactly kind of insurance do you sell?
We specialize in Medicare supplements. And the reason I like what we do really is we get to meet a lot of really nice people, and we get to help a lot of people. And continually, because with a Medicare supplement, people stay on the books, you know, from the time they turn 65 generally. And so we're doing things to help them. They call, we respond, we help, we stay in touch with them once a year. We help review their prescription plans and stuff like that for them to see where they, you know, if they're on the right plan or the wrong plan. And so we're constantly in touch with them, and they're constantly sending us referrals. So I mean, it's a very rewarding business.
Tell me about what you just said, the prescription plan. So does your company offer different prescription plans?
No, we do it as a service. Medicare has a website, medicare.gov, and you can click on that and find, I think it's a link this year that says find prescription plans. You can enter a person's prescriptions along with their the whatever how many milligrams it is and stuff, how many times they take it a day or a week, and then when you're done, then you can pick out 4 or 5 pharmacies, especially if they have a favorite pharmacy, and then it'll take you to a page where it starts with there's 26 individual drug plans this year. So it starts with you can default to anything, but I always default to the lowest combination of premium and drug cost. And so you'll get the cheapest, the next cheapest, and so on. And you can go on and see if their pharmacy is a primary pharmacy, if it saves, if they're going to be able to keep going to, say, CVS or Walgreens, whoever they enjoy, or if to save money, they should change pharmacies too. And then we can actually help them enroll right online on the Medicare website. And if they, ones that already have a drug plan from last year, if they enroll in a different plan this year, it automatically disenrolls them from the old one on January 1st. So we do it as a service or favor or whatever. Not, I want to be able to be objective and not have 2 or 3 companies that I'm licensed with and say those are the only 3 that I'm going to try to sell you, because I'm not selling anything. I'm just helping them. But it takes up a month and a half of your life, and it's last Sunday and Monday. Monday was the 7th. So the night of the 7th, I made my last call at 11:30 p.m.
Okay. Are you on any of those plans yourself?
Yes.
I'm on one. I don't know what it is, but it's not very expensive. As a matter of fact, my medication, I take two a day and for blood pressure. But I had to go to the veterinarian for something for Jack, and I wish you had a plan for Jack. Boy, the vet has a pharmacy, and he charged me, and it was like all my prescriptions in 1 year in 1 day. And I thought maybe I could get it from Walgreens cheaper. So I called them. They said, we don't do pet medication.
Right. I think we get ours through Chewy.
Yes, I did go to Chewy then next. It wasn't as expensive, but it does require a prescription.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the veterinarian, who probably makes money on it, is going to do that. Maybe he will if I ask. I just didn't know.
Yeah, I think they will.
And Chewy mails it to you, right?
Yes. Well, they ship it, but it's like within 48 hours you get it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a good thing to know. Well, okay, so that's one of the things you do for the insurance. So if someone wants to get United American Insurance, which you specialize in, that's what you do. Let me give everybody a phone number. You can call them at 877-970-4760. Is that correct?
Exactly right.
Okay, and they are located, their office actually is in Margate. If you do want to visit them, they really have an office. Even though we're doing Zoom now, they have an office and you can go there. Are you doing Zoom with any of your clients?
We do some Zoom. We do a lot of our applications now are done on what's called a screen share, where we talk to them on the phone, we'll email information or mail information, and once we've answered the questions and they're ready to do something, we set up a screen share, which is actually the application electronically, and they can participate in the application process. They can watch you watch me or an agent as we fill in their information. They can correct us if we made a mistake. And then at the end, there's 2 spots for them to sign, not with a e-sign, but it's just a click of the mouse that will serve as a signature for them. And then it gets into the home office within an hour and processed within 24 hours and issued. So.
And they pay you with a credit card?
No, they have to use a check.
Oh, so then they mail the check.
Well, actually, when we do the electronic app, we get their bank information, which is all secure. And then they'll draft the original payment, and they can stay on the draft, or they can go to direct bill, or do whatever whatever they prefer.
I see.
Insurance companies, especially like with supplements, don't take credit cards because the state says that if you're going to accept a credit card, you have to charge on top of the premium the fee for the credit card. So
I see. Well, this has nothing to do with you, but I sent in a check for my long-term health care insurance and they never received it. And I got a notice that it was canceled, and I got back on them and they didn't receive it. And I said, should I FedEx it? No, we're going to work on it. Haven't heard from them for a week. That makes me very nervous. Are they, I don't know. Do they give you 30 days or do they give you some time? Do you know? I know it's not your stuff.
You've got a grace period, but I'll check it out. As soon as we get off of here, I'll check it out for you.
Would you really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that would be so wonderful. Thank you. Because I did send it in and I have the check number and someone took all the information, but I still haven't heard from them. Okay, well, see, that's the kind of stuff you do, don't you? That's John Ahlbum. He is your friend. He's not just some pretty picture on the wall. He is a living person. He has his family there, and we love working with you. So now people who were going to Medicare, it's over. They can't do any of the HMOs now, can they?
There's another enrollment period starting January 1st for the Advantage plans and stuff, but they can also get off the Advantage plans and go back to Medicare at that point if they want to.
So you're telling me in January, people can now do HMOs? I thought it was up in December 7th.
It was supposed to be, but then they extended, a couple of years ago, they came out with a second enrollment period for them from January 1st to the end of March.
Is that right?
Yeah. It used to be January 1st to Valentine's Day.
I see.
And that was just for HMOs and PPOs. You couldn't do anything else at that point. And the disenrollment period, the time to get off them, was from October 15th to December 7th, which is Pearl Harbor Day. And I used to tease people and say, they make the cutoff on your plan Pearl Harbor Day, join one, or get off it differently, you got Valentine's Day, because they know how bad the plans are, so they make Pearl Harbor Day the cutoff day.
Right, that's kind of a coincidence, isn't it? But people can they always get off of HMOs and go to a Medicare supplement like yours, or?
There are ways to do it during the non-enrollment period. They can, there's what they call trial rules. There's one, if it's the first time they've been on an Advantage plan and within the first 12 months they realize they don't like it or it isn't doing what they need, they can disenroll and go back to Medicare. Or there's another trial rule where they can, if they feel that they were lied or misled when they enrolled in it, they can fill out a form and get disenrolled from the Advantage plan or the HMO or PPO and go back to traditional Medicare as a guaranteed issue.
So they can go from Medicare back to HMO is what you're saying?
Well, they can go from HMO back to Medicare. But unfortunately, during that period in January, they can go from Medicare to an HMO or a PPO.
And that's until April, I think you said, right?
Right.
Huh, that's news. Okay, well, thank you for telling me that. So let's just, if we could have an elevator speech about why a Medicare supplement does afford you different opportunities than the HMO does. There are a list of about, I don't know, are there 3 or 4 or 5 of them that you could express?
Is the biggest plus for the supplement over the HMO or PPO is you can go to any doctor you want to go to, so long as they accept Medicare. You don't need referrals. You can go to a specialist outside of your area by calling and making an appointment. I mean, there's people that need to go to MD Anderson in Houston if they're diagnosed with certain cancers, or to Sloan Kettering in New York, or to the Mayo Clinic or places like that. With a supplement, they can do it. The cancer hospitals won't accept the HMOs or the PPOs.
Oh, really? Local ones, hospitals will, but you're saying.
I understand won't accept one, so.
I see. Well, that's a very big feature, isn't it?
And another reason for it is the fact that you can choose your doctor. You can have your own. They're not going to tell you your primary doctor is Dr. Jones. You can have your own internist, your own this or that doctor, whoever you want to choose. With the HMOs and PPOs, they choose it for you. You can also go to places like Baskin Robbins for your eyes with a supplement.
Not Baskin Robbins, that's the ice cream place.
Palmer, I'm sorry.
I knew that's what it was, because that's what I'm thinking about. That's right. I want to go to Baskin Robbins and have them take care of my eyes. I can eat ice cream while they're doing it.
Let's put some ice cream at you.
Yeah, so.
Really, it's the fact that you've got the freedom of choice to go anywhere in the United States. And if you're traveling and you got sick or something happened, you can go to a doctor or go to an emergency room without them saying, wait a minute, we have to get permission from your carrier to let you in, or let this happen or let that happen. So it's yes, you pay a premium. But now with all of the stuff that these HMOs and PPOs are trying to sell you on TV and everything, like the Joe Namath story and all of those, Medicare only pays so much per head to an Advantage plan per month. So if they're going to offer all these freebies and add them on all the time, and then be paying TV ads and a spokesman and all this stuff, the only place they can take it away from, because they're not going to give up their profit, is they take it away from the medical side of it. And that's why doctors leave so frequently now, because they're not getting paid what they think they should get paid.
Yeah, I know, because when they go to a doctor, I do know that they have to make a deal with them. And that's, you're right, it's all profit. It's not that, excuse me, not that United American doesn't have to make a profit, but it's in, that it's all in with the amount of money that people pay, and you have it all figured. And you've been around for a long time. I know I've been a member for many, many years, since the 1990s, I think, but, and my husband was. So there is a big difference, but it's called, let me just say, it's called United American, but in United American Insurance Company, but it's the Ahlbum Insurance Group. That's who we're talking to, John Ahlbum, who's the founder. That's AHLBUM. And they're located in Margate, Florida. That's where their offices are. And their phone number, I'm going to give you the 877-970-4760, or you can go on their website, which is ahlbumgroup.com. It's AHLBUMgroup.com. Do you get a lot of action on your website, John?
Quite a bit. We get inquiries, and then from there we follow up with reply email, or sometimes I want something mailed, hard mail, and give us an address to mail it to, and then we follow up verbally. and whatever they need or whatever they want, we'll take care of.
Do people contact you now regarding COVID and ask your advice about anything and where they should go for testing?
We've had some COVID calls, not a lot, because Medicare has already said that they'll take care of, cover COVID. Getting probably more calls on people saying, I saw this thing on TV and they said I can go to the gym or I can get a hearing aid. So are you deaf? No. Well, that's a hearing aid, And do you go to the gym now? No. Then why would you start at 82 years old going to the gym, So that kind of answers their question, and they stay happy where they are.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of extras, and I do understand that. I mean, some of the biggest ones have little senior centers that people can go to, and so there is a difference, but everybody needs to know the difference. And if they call you, you have a brochure, I'm sure, or they can go to your website and learn about what you do. But I think you were right when you said the most important thing is that they can choose their doctor from whomever and just call and make an appointment. So if someone says to you, one of your clients, I need a good cardiologist, do you recommend doctors?
I can, depending on where they live, if I know of somebody in their area, or it may be somebody that's in my area and I can recommend my cardiologist. So.
Right. Because a lot of people, will trust you, and I know that because you're, and I'm sure when people need really good medical care and you find them, they're in the hospital and they need help, you probably keep in touch with them in some way. If they call you and maybe they're alone, I'll bet that you do figure out how to help them.
Yes, I do. I do, if it's possible.
Yeah, I know. Well, do you have a huge amount of clients? I mean, I guess you must over the years, and you probably keep your clients too.
Yes, try to anyway. Most of them.
So, yeah, unless they have passed away or something that you. Now, do you get a lot of records when you sign them up? Do you ask them for other kind of records, like if they have a living will, or who their elder law attorney, or who their family member is?
The only thing we need to know is if they have somebody that they've given power of attorney to, because then that person would be involved in their decisions too, so that both the doctors and the insurance company would need to know that.
But you don't really have like a biography or anything of them?
No.
Because I guess that's private.
Yeah, they are asking a little bit more background stuff now, but they only look back a couple of years from when they're underwriting it. So it's still, and it's somebody just turning 65 is a guaranteed issue anyway, so they're in no matter what. But I think the biggest thing really is the fact that the one thing that's priceless in your life is your health care, is your health. So if you try to cut corners on your health care, then your health is going to cut a corner too.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, we're just about out of time, and offhand, what's the oldest client you have? Do you have any idea? You have someone 100?
Yeah, I've got 103.
Really? Okay, that's good. Well, John, thank you. It's been always delightful talking to you, and
great talking to you.
Have a very Merry Christmas and stay safe, and we'll talk to you in the new year, 2021.
2021,
yeah. We have to get a,
what? You still going north?
2021.
Is Dan still going north for Christmas?
Dan is doing what?
I thought he was gonna go up north for Christmas.
I think he's changed, no, he's changed his mind. They just don't think it's safe. And I agree, you know, listen, we've all had Christmases. We've had great times. Let's just
Yeah.
be safe. And 2021 will be something new.
He can do a Zoom Christmas.
Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll do that. Well, thank you, John. Please be safe
you.
and say hello to your wife and your family, and we'll
And
talk again soon.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. Goodbye. We'll talk to our next guest very soon.